Tonight's game is a presentation of B92.7 FM Sports.
Breckenridge basketball is on the air. Tonight's game is brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Red River Agency, the Wilkin Drink and Eatery, Minn Kota Ag Products, Heitkamp Construction, Carlson Family Insurance, Miller Realty, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Twin Town Villa, CHI St. Francis, Quality Toyota, Builders First Source, Otter Tail Power Company, Essentia Health, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, and Buyer Insurance Agency. Now, here's KBMW's Turner Blofus.
And welcome to Breckenridge High School. The first of many basketball games will be played here at the Cowboy and Cowgirls facility. Breckenridge Cowgirls set to open up the season against Morris area, and they opened it against Morris area last year as well. And Morris got the better of Breckenridge that time around with a 50-43 victory. And Breckenridge going to look to avenge that one. As a nice little tradition here is the season opener for both teams the last few years. And Breckenridge would love to keep that. It's been a competitive matchup between these two teams. You know, Morris has had the edge, I feel like, more times than not. But, Breckenridge is going to look to change that tonight. And a new-look Cowgirl squad. You know, they got the same core back from last year for the most part. But if you guys remember from last year, they weren't the deepest team in the world. So a lot of those girls who were kind of role players and coming off the bench, now in the starting lineup. We'll get you to those starters later on here. But Breckenridge has got some senior leaders on this squad with a lot of experience. And one of them being Abby Johnson, who has run the point for the Cowgirls the last couple of years. Addie Twidwell, who plays in the post. She was a starter all of last season. They're both seniors. Also seniors on this squad are Kelsey Sorol, and she got some good playing time off the bench last year in some games. And then Grace Miranowski also listed as a senior on this squad. So, the numbers are a little bit down for the Breckenridge Cowgirls. Not going to sugarcoat it this year. JV just got a nice little win before that, so promising for the for down the road for the Cowgirls. As there's a lot of question marks coming in this game, obviously, as there is every first game of the season. But they're going to look to kind of figure out, set the tone for the year, I guess I would say, here in this ball game. And last year, Breckenridge, for you those who don't remember, finished the year with a record of 12-13. Got a playoff win over Battle Lake, a 65-51 playoff win. Advanced to play Underwood in Perham. Perham was the host team for that one. And Underwood kind of pulled away with that one late in the game, kind of locked the Cowgirls up at the end of that. 52-39 was the final there. Final game for a very accomplished senior class that included Carson Materi as well as Cameron Kaler, Anna Erickson as well. Three massive players in this Cowgirl program that they're looking to replace here in this season. And Morris had a record of 9-17 last year. Were bested by Litchfield in the 3 AA playoffs. Yes, once again, they are a AA team as to Breckenridge is single A. And that was a 45-42 slugfest, it looks like. But like I said, Morris plays a very tough schedule, so don't let the record fool you. Very talented squad and solid program year in, year out, it seems like, even though they, like I said, not the best record last year to show for it, but competition, that will do that. So we'll take our first break on this Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of Good Taste and Company. Come back and kind of look at, where the other teams are going to be, go over, who are going to be the teams to beat in the section here so far, as well as promised, your starting lineups. You're listening to Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a little over 10 minutes away from the season tip-off for the Breckenridge Cowgirls.
There are several things that make me proud to be part of Breckenridge Senior High School. My students are very hardworking and respectful. Those two qualities make my school day enjoyable. They have been working hard on active classroom lessons this year. Students enjoy working together and are finding that they can learn from each other. I'm also proud to be teaching college math classes to our juniors and seniors. These classes have challenged our students to become more academically responsible for their learning. Breckenridge is a great school, and I'm proud to be part of it.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wahpeton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wahpeton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
When Mom first started showing signs of memory loss, we were devastated. It was so frustrating. So many choices for assisted living. Then my sister and I walked into Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. We knew that this was the perfect place for our mother. We loved the bright, beautiful apartments and knew Mom would too. I was so impressed with the interaction between the residents and the staff. Twin Town Villa is a quality memory care community that's close to home and currently has openings. Call Twin Town Villa at 643-9542 or visit them online at twintownvilla.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. For those viewing on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel, you can see the Cowgirls warming up here as they get ready for their season opener against Morris area. And usually this is where we run through the section standings for you on our Power Poll ranking, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation. But since the beginning of the season, we're just going to go off of how the Section 6A shook out last year and just go off that for the their QRF seedings. And for Section 6A North, Underwood was the 1 seed, and like I said earlier, eliminated Breckenridge. And then Henning was the 2 seed, New York Mills 3, Breckenridge 4, Battle Lake 5, Lake Park Audubon was 6, Ada Borup West with a 7th spot in the Section 6A North. Hillcrest Lutheran Academy up next in the 8th spot. Norman County East, Ulen Hitterdal, longest co-op in the state, I'd venture, was the 9th seed. Number 10 was Rodsay. Number 11 was Park Christian. Section 6A South, only 9 teams in that as opposed to the 11 teams in Section 6A North. Hancock was the top team in Section 6A South last year. Wheaton Herman Norcross behind them. Parker's Prairie behind them. And as far as winning records go, Hancock and Wheaton Herman Norcross, the only ones with winning records in Section 6A South. Parker's Prairie up next in the 3 spot, followed by Brandon Evansville in the 4. KMS is 5th. Clinton Graceville Beardsley 6th. Ortonville 7th. Benson 8th. And Ashby 9th. So let's look at Section 6A South last year. As Hancock, another, it's been a powerhouse program for a long time. They had a 30-1 record last year. Oof. Don't mess around with Hancock. Oh, boy. Let's look at your Power Poll ranking, brought to you by Otter Tail Power Company, on for conservation. Now on for your injury report. Only one injury to report coming into this game, and it ends up being, she was questionable coming into the game, but is going to be able to play. And that was Emily Gowan had an injury coming to this one. But like I said, she's going to battle through a freshman and someone who showed a lot of promise last year. Emily Gowan had a back injury, but it's going to be good to go. So that was a look at your injury report, brought to you by Sanford Health. And now for your starting lineups, as promised. We run through all the pregame segments here on the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. And this is the one that everyone seems to always be, clamoring for. We'll run through the starters for the Morris area Tigers. Maddie Grove, she is a 6-foot senior guard, wearing number 10. Brianna Marty, a junior 5'9" guard, wearing number 12. Mackenzie Cons, wearing number 22. She's a 5'4" sophomore playing guard. Maddie Fair is a sophomore post, a 6-foot post. And then another big post in this lineup, Kaylee Harstad. She is a junior, 5'11" junior. So only one senior on this starting lineup. only one senior on this entire team. That is Maddie Grove. So she's going to have to provide a lot of leadership here tonight for the Morris Tigers. Now on to the hometown Breckenridge Cowgirls. Kelsey Sorrell getting the start today, and I believe it is her first varsity start. She wears number 0. She's a 5'6" senior guard. Jonica Bernades start in the starting lineup now this year after coming off the bench the last 2 years. And yes, I said that right. The last 2 years, and she's only a freshman. Another person doing that is Parker Yegi, a freshman who's kind of a guard-forward hybrid, kind of playing the small forward, 5'7", wearing number 3. Bernades wears number 2, by the way. And then the other two to round out the starting lineup, there were 2 returning starters from last year. Abby Johnson, who's kind of moving over to a forward role this year. Coach Imdick said she was kind of she was playing the power forward in this lineup. 5'7", guard-forward hybrid, and she's a senior wearing number 10. And then Addie Twidwell rounding it out in the middle, 6'1" senior center, wearing number 22 for the Cowgirls here as they start off the season. So, that's 2 familiar names for all the Breckenridge fans, between Johnson and Twidwell. Twidwell was definitely a presence on the interior last year, whereas Abby Johnson was kind of the floor general who also provided the outside shot. That was much needed for the Cowgirls. It seemed like she was always good about getting them out of the slump with a much-needed 3. Whereas Twidwell's offensive game, it was coming along by the end of the season last year, but she was definitely more of a rebounding threat, also an interior defender that, it was she was kind of filling that void for Grace Conzemius last year, and that was a big shoes to fill, but Twidwell did a nice job in some of the assets of her game, but they're going to definitely look for her to take a bigger jump offensively if they're going to be successful this year. I mean, the points got to come from somewhere. Bernades and Yegi, though, it's going to be interesting to see how they move into the starting lineup. I would like to think they're going to do it seamlessly because they kind of took all the punches that were thrown or that they got thrown their way the last 2 years when they were on the starting lineup, and were both very quality girls coming off the bench. Parker Yegi sometimes coming off the bench last year. There were games that she would be the best player when she'd come in. So even though she's an undersized post, but going to be playing more of a guard role this year when she was kind of providing depth in the front court last year, despite being undersized, as I said. So that's a look at your starting lineups, brought to you by Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, providing superior quality products and services while generating a positive return for their patrons. So it looks like we're about 2.5 minutes away from hopefully getting this underway. I'm going to have to figure out how to time this out once again. I don't want to take too long of a break. We end up taking a break and then having the national anthem, but we shall see. It's first game of the season for me too, everybody. Well, basketball season, that is. So we're all just kind of figuring it out as we go along, trying to find our groove. And we'll be right back. You're listening to the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show, a tradition of good taste and company. 2 minutes left on the clock. We'll see if the opening tip is coming around soon when we come back.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
You want what you want. At Quality Toyota, we totally understand that we aren't going to talk you into a car you don't want. Instead, we're here to help you find the car, the color, the options, and the style that you do want. All with a simple, easy, and stress-free approach, because the price listed online or in every windshield is the only price. That way, we can concentrate on getting you the right car. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls. QualityToyota.net. Let's go places.
Sometimes illnesses or injuries may leave you needing extra help to restore your strength, balance, and range of motion. CHI St. Francis Health are open and ready to provide you the tools for success, including individualized exercise plans and state-of-the-art therapy facility. You'll be confident in the care and treatment you'll receive at CHI St. Francis Health, and they are located right here in your backyard. CHI St. Francis Health. We're here when you need a little reassurance.
We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, facing our toughest challenges head-on, believing that together we can build something better and take care of each other, because this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Essentia Health is where you belong. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org.
The value in batteries is more than skin deep for farm and construction equipment. You need batteries built to handle tough off-road conditions. Case IH Magna Power batteries are designed to take a pounding, and Titan Machinery has them for you, 4 to 6 pounds heavier than the competition. These are specifically designed to handle the vibration and jolts that can literally knock the life out of other batteries. See Titan Machinery today for more details. Case IH Magna Power batteries. It's what's inside that counts.
Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time-consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous, hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks Pre-Finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wahpeton.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wahpeton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
And welcome back as we get ready to wrap up the Wilkin Drink and Eatery pregame show. Once again, a tradition of good taste and company. Justin Byer providing the national anthem on the guitar. Some Jimi Hendrix inspired national anthem. Love it. As you guys are going to get the starting lineups once again. I know you already got them the one time, but I'll run through them again for you. Starting for Morris will be Maddie Grove, Brianna Marty, Mackenzie Kahns, Maddie Fair, and Kaylee Harstad. And by the way, Morris is coached by Dale Henrich, a longtime coach. And starting for the Breckenridge Cowgirls, we got a trio of seniors. They got Kelsey Sorrell, Abby Johnson, and Addie Twidwell. Along with all that veteran leadership, they got a pair of freshmen who also have quite a bit of experience, so they can provide leadership too. The freshmen are Jonica Bernadez and Parker Yagi. Expecting big things out of this starting 5. The bench is where all the question marks are, because the starting 5, they got some experience, but it's the rest of the lineup that's a bit uncertain. So Breckenridge huddling up. Walked by when they were doing their kind of a pregame ritual. All the varsity girls at the end of the JV game. I was walking by to go grab a water, and they were all huddled up, and they were also doing a little pregame prayer between all of them. So Twidwell jumping and wins the opening tip. Probably going to be saying that quite a bit this year. Abby Johnson gets it. Swings it over to Jonica Bernadez. Bernadez dribbles over to the right wing. Swings it over to Johnson. Johnson drives left. They swing her on the perimeter. Gets over to Bernadez on the right side. She gets a ball screen from Addie Twidwell. Pulls it back up. Still no shot clock in Minnesota for a couple years. Parker Yagi gets it to Twidwell. Twidwell to Bernadez at the top of the key. Bernadez has got some great dribble moves. Gets it over to Sorrell. Gets it up to Twidwell for the 3. Off the mark. Rebounded by Bernades, though. And she draws the foul underneath. It's going to be on the floor. And Coach Imdick very happy that his senior post is comfortable shooting from out there. And that foul was on Brianna Marty as they get a corner three off the mark and ends up going over the backboard. Official forgot that he was supposed to blow that dead. So no points yet. 17:22 remaining. This opening period on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They throw a baseball pass down the floor as Breckenridge was ready to turn the press on. Baseline drive, reverse layup. Comes up short, though. Breckenridge tries to come up with the rebound, ends up going out of bounds. I think that was going to be a crafty finish by Kaylee Harstad. Johnson gets it into Bernades. We'll be running the point for the Cowgirls this year after Johnson did it for so many years. But with the small ball lineup, someone's got to play power forward. Abby Johnson sliding over to that role. Jonica Bernades goes over to the right side, gets a ball screen. Now tosses it down to Twidwell, but the defense collapses and forces a turnover. I had three Morris players, almost had Pelican Rapids, looking at all this orange. And that one gets poked loose, or not poked loose, just kind of dribbled off the hand. Parker Yagi applying the pressure to force the turnover. This is kind of par for the course when it comes to a first game of the year. You know, you get get into the flow of the game. Sometimes it takes a little bit. You'll probably see some turnovers before you see some points. Bernades gets it to Johnson. Johnson back to Bernades. They're calling out a play for Yagi. Bernades picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Sorrell. Sorrell feeds it into the high post to Twidwell. Twidwell going to the high-low to Johnson. Kicks it out to Yagi for the three. And another net for Parker Yagi for the first points of the year. And Breckenridge once again turning up the press. After that triple from Yagi from the right wing. First points of the year on the triple. Morris got a mid-range jumper they like, off the mark. And it was going to be rebounded by Sorrell. And they're going to say it was off of her as it got batted out of bounds. 3-0 Breckenridge lead, 15:59 remaining. This opening period on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Baseline jumper is up, off the mark, and Morris is trying to secure the offensive rebound. Went out of bounds. Maddie Grove put up that shot, who is once again the lone senior in this starting lineup and on this entire roster for the Morris Tigers. Bernades. Mackenzie Kahns applying the pressure. 5'4" sophomore guard, guarding the freshman guard. Bernades got a little bit of a height advantage, listed at 5'8". Actually, 4 inches, that's quite a bit. Bernades almost has the pass knocked back to half court, so now she's dribbling in the center circle. Gets it over to Sorrell. Sorrell feeds it in the corner to Yagi. She's got an open triple. And that one rattles out. A nice rebound by Twidwell, and she'll draw the foul. Looking for her first points of the year. And you hear Coach Imdeck fired up about how his team's got off to a good start so far. Got the lead at least. You can, it's tough to know what to expect in the first game of the year. One of the girls from Morris thought that it was one shot for some reason, stepped into the lane. She got a laugh out of it, I will too. First free throw is good by Twidwell, 4-0. Breckenridge leading Morris. 15:23 remaining. 2-for-2 trip for Twidwell. That could be a positive sign for this season. You know, typically, the tallest player on the court. If there's anyone that's going to struggle with free throws, it's them. As Parker Yagi applies some great defense and forces the travel when everybody got on the floor. Maddie Grove was trying to not turn it over or not allow the jump ball and ended up rolling away into some trouble. Kelsey Sorrell inbounding in front of the Morris bench. Gets it into Addie Twidwell. Twidwell was looking for Sorrell on the back screen. Gets it to Bernades instead. Bernades at the top of the key. Goes inside to Twidwell. Twidwell has it deflected and stolen away by Brianna Marty. Marty bringing the ball up. And almost swiped away. And then a block by Sorrell. Jonica Bernades looking to push the tempo. Bernades drives baseline. Pulls it back out. Bernades gets it over to Abby Johnson on the left side. Swings to Sorrell. Sorrell will use the ball screen, pick up her dribble. Nobody around her, so she tries to go inside to Johnson, but it is stolen away. Tipped away by Kaylee Harstad. And now they go inside. Nice little drop-down pass. 4-2 for Maddie Fair. First points of the year for the Tigers. And they are causing some trouble with the press now. Parker Yagi picks up her dribble. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson, free throw line jumper is up. Off the back rim and rebounded by Fair. Morris bringing the ball up. They got it over by the left wing. Yagi playing the defense over on the left wing. We got our first substitution. Sydney Roberts going to come into the game as the pass is thrown out of bounds. 5-2, Breckenridge in the lead. And also coming into the game is senior Grace Miranowski, the fourth senior on this team. Miranowski inbounding it near the Breckenridge student section. Yagi bringing the ball up. Just goes right by all the defenders for a right-handed layup, but off the mark, rebounded by the Tigers. Grove. It's over to the right side. Now she's going to look over to the left. Ooh. Tries to break the ankles and get to the rack, but the layup is off the mark. Ball gets batted around, and Parker Yagi is going to be out of bounds. Doing a good job of fighting for that loose ball, but ended up hitting the floor. 5-2, Breckenridge in the lead, 13:23 remaining in this opening half. And along with Miranowski, Sydney Roberts also the first substitution of the year for Breckenridge. And Addie Twidwell with the stuff at the free throw line. Would not advise shooting a jumper over her. That's where you go to the pump fake, try to get her off her feet as Breckenridge is looking for a 5 call. They're going to have to settle for a steal. Parker Yagi gets it, throws it up to Sydney Roberts. Sydney Roberts has her shot blocked and recovered by Morris. Heck of a play there by Maddie Grove, the senior. And Grove gets to the rim and draws the foul. Heck of an effort there by the senior to run it down, get the block, and then grab the rebound off the block shot. Miranowski listed at 5'11", so another girl who can add some height to this this Cowgirl squad. Grove's first free throw is up and good. First trip to the free throw line for any Morris player. Breckenridge has got 2 free throws so far. Addie Twidwell knocked them both down. 5-3 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grove going to make this a 2-for-2 trip, and she does. It's the best way to get a rhythm going. Get to the free throw line, see a couple go through. Everything else will kind of take care of itself, especially first game of the season. Jonica Bernades driving into the hoop, loves that floater, puts it up the left side and only gets a little bit of the rim, so Morris will recover it. They throw a nice pass, a little 1-to-5 action. They get it down low. Shot is off the mark, but Twidwell didn't block out to allow Fair to get it back. Breckenridge tipped the pass and it went out of bounds. And also, who subbed in recently was Lily Knobloch. The pass is contested, but Morris hauls it in. Getting into their offense. Grove gets a nice ball screen. Pulls up for the mid-range jumper to knock it down. Maddie Grove gives her team the first lead of the year, 6-5. Addie Twidwell with the ball. After her team started off with the first 5 points, now giving up 6 in a row. Tried to throw it over to Sorrell and ended up sailing out of bounds. And it looks like Coach Dale Henrich is going to take a timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with him. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, and Jamie have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
And welcome back to Breckenridge High School here in the season opener for the Cowgirls. They trail Morris 6-5. Morris with the ball. Get over to Knobloch. She feeds it inside. Grove with a nice little turnaround shot for 2. Maddie Grubbs up to 6 points. So Bernadez brings the ball up. Getting a screen from Miranowski. Swings it over to Sorrell on the right side. She dribbles into the paint and ends up dishing it off to Addie Twidwell for the layup. Got it tied up. Looked like that was going to be a jump ball, but got it down to Twidwell, as neither of the defenders that were there that got their hands on the ball really hung on to it. Grove, she's got 6 of her team's 8 points, the lone senior on this team. They feed up to Fair near the 3-point line. She gets it over to Knobloch. And over to Lauren Hodaby. Checked in the game recently. Baseline jumper from Fair off the mark. She's the only Tiger except for Grove who has any points so far. And now it ends up going out of bounds. We're going to say that was off of Sorrell. Yegi checks back into the game. Checks in for her classmate, Jonica Bernadez. The freshman duo. Parker Yegi got the first points of the year with a 3 from the right wing. Nice little post move, but blocked by Twidwell. Her second block of the night already. Ended up going out of bounds on Morris. Miranowski checks out of the game. Abby Johnson in for the Cowgirls. So on the court. I had to double check. I thought we had another new substitution, but it's Yagi, Sorrell, Twidwell, Johnson. And 2 for Addie Twidwell and 1. So Sydney Roberts, Kelsey Sorrell, Abby Johnson, Addie Twidwell, and Parker Yagi on the floor. This N1 brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick. So 6 points for Twidwell. And that free throw rattles out. She ends up trying to track down the rebound. She saves it. Gets it over to Sorrell. Sorrell drives into the paint. Gets it back out, kind of like the last time she dished it off to Twidwell. Twidwell with the ball. Swings it over to Sorrell. Gets it to Sydney Roberts. Roberts, skip pass over to Yagi. Yagi gets to the rack with a nice little Euro and off the mark. She set that up well, and then the pass was stolen away as they tried to kick it out. Morris, skip pass over to the left side. Breckenridge up 9-8 with 10:25 remaining in this opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Harstad with the ball. Swings it over to the left side. Nice dribble move to get into the paint. Left-handed layup is good by Brianna Marty. Her first points. Parker Yagi gets it up to Twidwell. Almost stolen away. Yagi dishes it inside. Sydney Roberts tries to kick it out. Addie Twidwell tracks it down near the sideline. And Coach Imdeck's going to have to call a timeout. We'll take another quick timeout with him. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction as Morris regain the lead. 10-9 is your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM.
Buy Your Insurance Agency on Highway 13 in Wapaton are your local agents with local locations. With skyrocketing building prices, are you properly insured? Buy Your Insurance are licensed insurance advisors serving the Richland, Wilkins, Sargent, Southern Cass, and surrounding counties for 15 plus years. They represent over 15 companies that have been in the insurance industry for over 100 years, serving the area. Our plans are based on yours. Give them a call at 701-642-0955 or stop out. They're located on Highway 13 West in Wapaton. That's Buy Your Insurance Agency.
Well, Breckenridge called the timeout to avoid a turnover there. as they trail 10-9 here in Breckenridge against Morris area. 9:50 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this opening half. Sorrell has it, feeds it to the high post, kicked out to Yegi. Sydney Roberts over to Yegi. She gets it to Abby Johnson on the left wing. Johnson drives inside, kicks it out to Yegi. Now back to Johnson. She swings it over to Sorrell. And now back out to Yegi. Just kind of playing hot potato on the perimeter. Three-pointer from the right corner from Sydney Roberts is off the mark. Rebound Morris. Roberts will be hunkering down on Grove. Grove. A nice little spin move to get inside. She'll put up the mid-range jumper off the back iron. And they're going to say that was out of bounds off the Tigers. She did a good job of setting herself up for that one, but that's a tough contested shot. And getting in for her first action of the game is Grace Nicholson, 5'6" junior guard, rocking number 5. Bernadez bringing the ball up. Some good pressure being applied by Mackenzie Kahns. They're trying to get a 5 call. They might have been pretty close. Back to Bernadez. She feeds it inside to Yegi, who has her shot blocked. Nicholson comes up with the rebound and puts it in for 2. Grace Nicholson, her first bucket of the season. Morris looking to strike, and they do. 2 points by Lily Knobloch. As Bernadez dishes it off to Johnson, who tries to drive inside. So both teams get their first bench points back-to-back. First, Grace Nicholson comes up with the rebound and lays it in for the short-range bucket. And then Knobloch gets out and runs in transition, gets a layup to reward the effort. Twidwell going to dribble it out to the perimeter. Tries to get it over to Nicholson. A lot of contact there, but after it was stolen away. So it'll remain Morris ball. Grove will inbound it right in front of the scorer's table. Parker Yegi applying the pressure. Swing it over to Knobloch on the left side. She tries to pass it into the post. It ends up getting stolen away by Bernadez. Bernadez. Oh. One player was trying to draw the charge. Ended up just being a really good defensive play. Someone came up with the rebound. Breckenridge is trailing 12-11 with 8 minutes remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Fair. Over to Knobloch. She gets it to Grove in the right corner. And give and go action. They tried to go Knobloch inside, but it was batted out of bounds by Bernadez. Breckenridge trailing by 1 on their home floor. And I forgot to mention that Brianna Marty picked up her second foul just a little bit ago. She's still on the floor. So they throw it inside to Fair, but it ends up getting stolen away at half court. And Nicholson tried to get a run-out layup, but ended up having it batted out of bounds, but it will remain Breckenridge ball. Nicholson providing some good minutes after just checking into the game. Was Johnny on the spot for a layup earlier? Now comes up with a steal to give her team a shot at another bucket, and she puts up the 3. Right when I'm giving her flowers, she ends up sailing the three-pointer a little too far. Morris rebounds. And like I said, Brianna Marty has got a pair of fouls with the ball. Gets it over to Grove. Grove drives over to the left wing, but Breckenridge's zone picks her up nicely. Marty, it's a three-pointer off the mark. And Grove and Yegi get tied up for the jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Morris. So checking back into the game is Kaylee Harstad and Lauren Hodeby as well. .12-11 your score. Morris in the lead. Trying to add to it here with a short-range jumper, but they do not get the roll. Addie Twidwell got tied up with it with a pair of Tigers. Possession arrow is going to go to Breckenridge this time around. You know that it was 2 jump balls really close together when I actually remember who the possession arrow favors, even though it's right in front of me. Johnson will inbound it. Gets it into Yegi. She throws it down the court to Grace Nicholson, who puts it up for two and has it off the mark. Got to use the backboard on that. Might not have had a favorable angle, but got to make it work. Grove bringing up the ball, crosses the timeline. Bernardes comes to pick her up. She shifts over to the right side. Ball gets swung around the perimeter to the left wing. To Hodaby, and now back to Grove. Hodaby going to put up a three, and ball was tipped by Grace Nicholson. They get it down the court to Bernardes, puts up the layup, and Grove blocks it away. Comes up with it again. That's the second time we've seen her do that. Come up with a block and then also the rebound. Grove with the ball. Swings it over to the right wing. Three-pointer is up and off the mark. Rebounded by Abby Johnson. Still no points for the senior leader. See if she tries to change that on this possession. Swings it over to Bernardes. Ooh. Yegi open for the three. A little too hard on it. Rebounded by Grove, who's kind of the misdo at everything for the Tigers. Throws a left-handed baseball pass down the court to advance the offense. 6 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Another right wing three-pointer is up and good for Mackenzie Kahns. Her first points of the night. Extends the lead to 4. Bernardes crosses the timeline. Morris sticking with their zone. Parker Yagi drives baseline and puts it up the layup, but it will not drop. So Yagi was hoping to get the N1. Going to have to settle for a pair of free throws. Hasn't scored since she got the first points of the night. Off a three-pointer. Yagi's first free throw is up and good. Makes it a one-possession game, you know, as long as there's not a 4-point play. 15-12. Morris in the lead. Breckenridge so far 3 for 4 at the free throw line to start off this game, making 4 for 5. 2 for 2 trip for Parker Yagi. Cuts the lead to 2. 15-13 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. And now she'll get a breather. Comes out of the game with 5 points. Sydney Roberts comes back in. Breckenridge has gone with a rotation of 8 girls so far. Similar to their rotation last year. Sydney Roberts got some varsity minutes last year as well, as Kaylee Harstad sneaks into the teeth of the defense. Gets an open layup. 17-13. Johnson with the ball. Gets it to Bernardes on the right side. Coming out to defend. Coach Imdek is looking for someone to come out and help her. So Sydney Roberts is looking to drive by the defender. No luck. Now they go inside to Twidwell. Inside-out action for a three-pointer, and it's good. Jonica Bernardes with her first points of the game with the corner triple. And then she ties it up for a jump ball right after. Jonica Bernardes, welcome to the party. Making her impact felt. So Johnson gets it into Roberts. Swung over to the left side back to Roberts after it was given to Johnson. Johnson swings it over to Bernardes. Does a beautiful baseline drive. Coach Imdek really wanted a foul call on that one. Officials are going to say it was tipped on the floater attempt. Bernardes with that patented floater. We've seen it twice tonight already. Hoping to see it a lot this year. And it looks like they got a double dribble call, as the three-pointer by Bernardes a little bit ago cut the lead to 1. 17-16. As Parker Yagi does not get a long breather. Abby Johnson comes out of the game. Seems to be how they'll go with this, thinner rotation, You get a short breather, and then you're right back in for someone else. Someone will come get you in the next 4 or 5 rotations, I'm sure. Twidwell over to Bernardes on the right side. She swings it to the corner to Yagi. Yagi skip pass over to the left side to Roberts. Roberts looking to feed it in the post to Twidwell. Twidwell trying to make the pass to the other block. Parker Yagi dishes out to Bernardes. Bernardes tracks it down, almost lets it go out of bounds, but good job with the hands to keep it alive. Sydney Roberts directing traffic and has it stolen away. Morris going to look to get a transition bucket. They end up stripping it back away from her, so Sydney Roberts with the ball. Morris doing a good job of forcing turnovers today as Parker Yagi takes advantage of the aggressiveness, drives by, and gets a nice right-handed scoop layup. to get her team the lead back. 18-17 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Baseline floater by Grove, no good. Breckenridge recovers it. Yagi getting out and running, and she's got another layup. Back-to-back buckets from Parker Yagi. Yagi's up to 9 points. And now an inside drive is going to turn into 2 free throws. And that was Lauren Hodeby on the aggressive drive. 20-17. Your score with Breckenridge in the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Hodeby got a pair of free throws. First one up goes off the front iron. Her first trip to the charity stripe. So they've kind of been letting them play so far here. The first game of the year. Lauren Hodeby looking to make this a 1-for-2 trip with the back end free throw, and she drops it in. Jonica Bernada is bringing the ball up once again. Doing a solid job at point guard so far today. Definitely best dribbler on this squad by a mile. Corner 3 off the mark, but Addie Twidwell recovers it. Abby Johnson swings it to Bernades. Over to Roberts. Now to Bernades. Gets it to Sorrell. Sorrell with a nice little dish down to a cutting Addie Twidwell. Recovers it, and they're just letting him play, like I said earlier. A lot of contact on that shot, and then she pretty much blatantly fouled the girl who got the rebound. No call on either. I'm all right with it. And Addie Twidwell gets tagged with a foul on that one on the interior. Her first. And the way the official said it was if she would have stayed straight up, it would have been all good, but bent the arms forward a little too much. And now Fair's going to have a chance to tie the game. First free throw off the front iron. Maddie Fair, so far in this ball game, just the one bucket for 2 points. Got a lot of girls with just one bucket, and then there's Grove. He's got 6 points. It looks like someone went early. So that free throw will be wiped off. So an empty trip to the charity stripe. 20-18, Breckenridge is in the lead here with 2:36 remaining in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Jonica Bernades with a pressing defender. Cons has been doing a good job disrupting Bernades, at least making her uncomfortable. Gets it over to Bernades on the right side. Coach Imdeck gets a play hollered out. Bernades drives into the free throw or to the free throw area, kicks it out to Roberts for a 3 off the mark, and Grove comes up with the rebound. Did I say she does it all for this team? The 6-foot guard swings it over to Maddie Fair. Fair to Knobloch. Knobloch over to Hodeby. And the pass is tipped by Sorrell, and she ends up diving on it. And they're going to call a foul on her. And some of the Breckenridge faithful aren't super thrilled with the call. First time I'll say that this year, probably the last. As I think they can be happy she didn't get called for a couple other ones. Swung over to the right side. They go inside to Knobloch. Knobloch has her shot blocked by Twidwell. Her third of the night by my Breckenridge math. And it looks like it got tied up for a jump ball after that. 1:40 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this opening half. Breckenridge up 20-18. And that ball ends up hitting the bottom of the backboard. So out of bounds. Coach Imdick was ready to call it. Sure, they were looking for a little bit of a quicker whistle, but they'll take what they can get. Bernades throws the baseball pass to Sorrell near the half-court circle. Sorrell swings over to the left side for the first shot attempt of the night from Abby Johnson, and that's as close as you can get to dropping in with it not actually going through. Swirled around the rim and maybe even got a little bit of net before it popped out. 1:20 remaining. Breckenridge leads by 2 here in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. They swing it out to the right side. Nice give-and-go action in Knobloch. Oh, and that's another one that's as close as you can get without getting it to drop in. Fair got the rebound, fought for the jump ball with Addie Twidwell, got thrown to the ground for her trouble. And 20-18 is your score as Breckenridge gets the ball back due to the possession arrow. Morris turning the press off. They haven't seen a whole lot of success with it. Might be the reasoning. Jonica Bernardes, 1 minute remaining. Gets over to the right side. Bit of a lackadaisical pass. I'm sure the coaching staff's not going to be super thrilled about that, as it was almost stolen away, but they got lucky. Got the pass knocked out of bounds. Abby Johnson inbound it in front of the Morris bench. They get it into Grace Miranowski, who checked in for Addie Twidwell, a possession to go. Get over to Abby Johnson, send her up for an open three, and that's another one as close as you can get without it getting to drop in. Fair wrestles the rebound away from Grace Miranowski. Grove crosses half court, swings it over to the left side to Hodavi. Hodavi feeds it into Fair, and that's going to be a travel. She might argue she was kind of losing the ball there a little bit, but yeah. I had a different angle where it looked like I would maybe sort of agree with her, but yeah, that's still a travel. 30 seconds remaining here in the opening half on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Coach Imdick saying, let's get a good shot to wrap up this half. Bernardes gets a nice screen, swings it over to Abby Johnson. Dished off to Roberts, gets it to Miranowski. Miranowski swings it to Sorrell. She thought about the three. She's going to drive instead. Tosses it up, and oh boy, that's a circus layup. I don't even know if she knows how she got that to drop. 4, 3, 2. Maddie Grove with the ball. Almost has it stolen away. Just throws a laser at the rim, and no good. So 22-18 is your score as we head into the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. Breckenridge Cowgirls in their season opener against Morris area. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM. You're also watching it on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
When you need care, you want to know it's close to where you live, work, and play. That's why at Sanford Health, we're committed to providing you with the care you need, when you need it, right here where you call home. Dr. Dylan Torgerson is a family medicine physician that offers care for the entire family in Wapton. And it's always easy to make an appointment with convenient clinic locations, hours, and online options that fit your schedule. Find your provider, Dr. Dylan Torgerson, at sanfordhealth.org or by calling 642-7000.
My name is Christy Baumhart. I am proud to be a part of the school district with dedicated staff, including administration, teachers, paraprofessionals, cooks, and custodians who are kind, caring, compassionate, and committed to the students in our district. They support, respect, and help one another succeed. One thing I am really excited about is the technology available to our students as it enhances their learning experience in the classroom. Not only as an employee, but also as a parent, I know the benefits of having both my children in the Breckenridge School District. Breckenridge Pride. We inspire to excel.
Breckenridge Schools, Breckenridge Pride, inspiring to excel.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wapaton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wapaton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
Twin Town Villa wishes everyone happy holidays and reminds you that they have rooms and apartments available. And this December, for 1 month only, Twin Town Villa is offering you a December move-in special. Stop into Twin Town Villa today and take a tour of their 5-star facility. And when you move in during the month of December, you will receive $1,000 off your first month's rent. It's Twin Town Villa's December move-in special. Stop into Twin Town Villa today and take a tour. This offer good through the month of December only.
Welcome to the Minn Kota Ag Products Halftime Show, your #1 grain marketing and production agriculture supply company. Turner Bluff is here. Breckenridge leading 22-18 in their season opener against Morris area. And I'll tell you how we got to that as we run through the scoring here for both teams. We'll start off with Morris. Their leading scorer in this ball game was Maddie Grove with 6, as she got a pair of free throws and a pair of field goals. And then 3 points from Mackenzie Kahns, 2 points each from Brianna Marty, Maddie Fair, Kaylee Harstad, and Lily Knobloch, and then 1 point from Lauren Hodevy to get their 18. So a third of the points coming from Maddie Grove, who is showing that senior leadership here, as she's got her team off to a solid start to the season. And 5 girls getting into the scoring column for Breckenridge, 4 of them being starters. Parker Yagi with 9 of the team's 22 points. She's followed by Addie Twidwell, who had 6. She has 2 for 3 on her free throw attempts, along with a pair of field goals. 3 points from Jonica Bernados, who knocked down a 3. By the way, Yagi had a 3, and then a pair of layups and a pair of free throws. Kelsey Sorrell with 2 points on that wild shot there close to the end of the half. And then Grace Nicholson with the lone bench points of the night, 2 off the bench for her, as she got an offensive rebound and laid it in for 2 to get this 22-18 lead. And, you know, a lot of stuff you kind of expect from the first game of the year. You know, a bit of a turnover fest at times. You know, comes some uncharacteristic defense, I guess I would say. You know, everybody's trying to figure it out one play at a time. But, you know, I didn't think it was that sloppy, though. You know, it was first game of the year. You know, every first game of the year is sloppy, but I didn't think this was worse than, you know, any other one I'd ever seen. Like, I'm not saying, oh, boy, this is not some good-looking hoops, because it's been fun. You know, it's been off to a good start to this ball game. Like I said, Breckenridge has got to be happy with their 4-point lead. Quite a few lead changes for a bit there. Breckenridge got the, you know, first lead of the game and then held that for a little bit, and then it was kind of back and forth from there on out, and Breckenridge strung a couple possessions together to get this 4-point lead here at the half during your Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. So take a quick break here, come back with a few things that, you know, it's like I keep saying, it's first game of the year. There's a lot of stuff to work on, but, you know, just my personal keys for the game, even though, you know, I don't coach, so you can take it with a grain of salt if you want. But like I said, we'll be back with a few keys for the second half. You've been listening to the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show on B92.7 FM and live streaming on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel. Breckenridge leads 22-18 at the half.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an Auto Owners Insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
No one woke up this morning and thought,
I want to go haggle.
At Quality Toyota, we don't do that. Our bottom line pricing means you get our best price the first time, every time. You'll even have that price before you talk to anyone, because that price is listed online at qualitytoyota.net and in the window of every vehicle. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Your daughter has the flu. Your son breaks his arm. You need quality medical care that you can count on. CHI St. Francis Primary Care Walk-In Clinic. Quality family care. Go to the Primary Care Walk-In Clinic at CHI St. Francis, where there are no appointments necessary. Hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 7:30 and 9 to 5 on the weekends. Quality care close to home. You get the fine care for home injuries, common illness, and emergency service. Virtual visit available. Call 643-0747. We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Otter Tail Power Company would like to remind you about the importance of high school athletics in the lives of children. These extracurricular activities play a role in the education and development of those kids involved and provide a way for them to learn some of life's most important lessons. Lessons that will take them through life with a sense of accomplishment and pride. Otter Tail Power Company would like to salute those athletes, coaches, and fans that make every season one to remember.
This is a story we all share, of a place rooted in tradition and rich with opportunity, of people driven by compassion and vision. At Essentia Health, we're proud to play our role in this story, facing our toughest challenges head on, believing that together we can build something better and take care of each other, because this place, these people, are like nowhere else. Essentia Health is where you belong. Schedule an appointment at essentiahealth.org.
At Titan Machinery, we know you expect premium performance and dependable durability from your Case IH equipment, and you should demand the same from the parts you put inside it. Only CNH Industrial Genuine Parts are guaranteed to perform to the rigorous standards of your Case IH equipment. They're engineered to work harder and last longer so you can maximize your uptime and minimize your maintenance intervals. Others can imitate, but none can replicate. Nothing beats the original. CNH Industrial Genuine Parts. For CNH Industrial Genuine Parts, visit your area Titan Machinery.
Hey, remember how I said earlier that we're kind of figuring this out as we go along? Forgot how quick the halftimes are for basketball. So my apologies for that. Making promises that I will do my best to keep, you know. Promised you a couple keys for the second half for the Minn Kota Ag Products halftime show. I guess I would say, run a few more set plays for Abby Johnson. They did a couple there at the end of the first half, but I would like to see a set play for her on their first offensive possession, get her going, because that is something that a lot of people would not have expected, her to be the only starter not getting in the scoring column here in the opening half of the game. So, that is something that I would look for at least, defensively. Just keep doing what you're doing. I really like the defensive pressure that the Cowgirls have brought. And maybe just try to clean up not so many fouls as they go inside here on the first play. And Abby Johnson comes away with the rebound. Gets it over to Jonica Bernades. Tried to use the size advantage and did not work. Bernades swings it over to Johnson. Johnson, dribble handoff. And Parker Yagi gets downhill, has her shot blocked. And Morris will come away with it. Grove came up with it. I'm not sure if she got the block, but she for sure got the rebound. She's already got a couple blocks on the night. Dish it off to Grove. Grove picks up her dribble. Kicks it out to Fair. Fair swings it over to Grove on the left side. She's got an open look at a three. Rims out. Jonica Bernades hauls in the rebound. Brings it up the court. Dishes it off to Yagi in the corner. Yagi showing off the dribble moves. Kicks it out to Sorol for an open three in the corner. Off the mark. And Breckenridge tracks down the rebound. Nice hustle play there. Jonica Bernades cashing in on it. Bernades swings it to Sorol on the left wing. She goes inside to Twidwell. Twidwell, bully ball inside, and she'll get a pair of free throws out of it. Back down the defender. Looking to add to that point total. She's got 6 so far. I don't know if last year we see that from Twidwell. I don't know if she goes or, kind of backs down the defender like that. She might just turn around and kind of go up with it right away last year. But right there, showed her basketball IQ, back down the defender, knocked down the first free throw. See if she makes it a 2-for-2 trip for her trouble. Next one goes off the front iron, but Parker Yagi comes away with the rebound. Kicks it out to Sorrell. Swings it to John Bernades. Wide open for three. And off the mark. Sorrell on the spot for the rebound, though. And drops it in. Kelsey Sorrell with her second bucket of the game. She's got 4 on the night. 25-18. Breckenridge in the lead here in the second half. 16:32 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Addie Twidwell applying great pressure in the corner. They go inside to Grove, who's got the height advantage. Hook shot off the mark. Rebounded by Twidwell. Twidwell feeds it up to Bernades. She's doing a good job bringing the tempo. Tries to drive by Grove, gets her off her feet, and they're going to call a travel. I don't blame them. I thought that was a travel, too. I was kind of surprised when everyone thought that was a foul. Never going to disagree with an official, that's for sure. I've never done that in my life. Morris bringing up the ball. Swung over to the right side. Now over to the left side, Grove. Gonna look to drive baseline. Great defense from Yagi. And Grove uses the fancy footwork to get around her for the bucket. First points of the second half for Morris as they throw the baseball pass down the court. And Sorrell is going to get tagged with a charge call. Tried slowing down, came in like a bull in a china shop. Coach Jimnick pleading his case for his Cowgirl. Just picked up her second foul. Second half, though, so 2 fouls, not the end of the world. Now, and might have got away with a travel there. That's what Coach Jimnick's looking for, but they end up turning it over anyways, so they got exactly what they wanted. But it looked like Brianna Marty might have dragged the foot there a little bit. Kind of picked up her dribble a little earlier than most coaches would advise. Johnson inbounding in front of the scores table. Gets it into Bernades. Bernades decides not to use the ball screen. Kicks it over to the left corner for a short mid-range jumper. And Sorrell's shot is off the mark. Rebounded by Morris. And Bernades makes the dribbler pick it up again. That was Brianna Marty once again. Grove putting up the three, has it rim out. They kind of run everything through her. Bernades flips it up to Sorrell on the left wing. Dishes it off to Bernades. Had a nice look at a three. Decided to pass it inside to Twidwell instead. And out of bounds. So Breckenridge will remain in possession. They're up by 5, 25-20 with 15:01 remaining here in the ball game. And Bernades was wide open in the corner, and they went to the other corner for some reason. They'll work on that. Bernades drives inside. Maybe that was the plan all along as she drops it in for 2. Jonica Bernades with her second bucket of the game. She's got 5. More importantly, Breckenridge leads by 7. 27-20 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grove drives inside after a Cowgirl bit on gambled a little too hard on it, but Twidwell made up for it with the block and the rebound. 4th block of the night by my count. And now another charge is taken. This time Parker Yagi gets tagged with it. So Sydney Roberts will check in. Parker Yagi's 3rd foul of the game. It's early on in the second half, so they're going to play it safe, get her out of the game. 14:34 remaining in this ball game on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grove running the point. Sydney Roberts will be tasked with guarding her once again. Knobloch has the ball on the perimeter. Dishes it off. And now over to Hodaby. Misses the mid-range jumper. Twidwell tracks it down. Gets it out to Bernades. Throws the hard wrist pass to Sydney Roberts, who gets it inside to Twidwell. Twidwell, some inside-out action out to Sorrell, but Sorrell mishandles it. It was almost stolen. It is stolen away, and now Sorrell's going to try to get it back. Bats the pass, and they get it down the floor. Luckily, Bernades was back there to guard, but now she's going to get tagged with a foul. So Lauren Hodaby headed to the charity stripe. First foul on Bernades on the night. Not surprising. She's got a high basketball IQ. Girls with high basketball IQs typically know how to stay away from picking up fouls. First free throw is off the mark by Hodaby. She's now 1 for 1 for 3 on her trips to the free throw line. Next free throw is up and off the back iron. 0 for 2 trip. Morris not going to be happy about that, but they are happy about the offensive rebound. Turnaround jumper off the mark. Every girl's on the floor, it seems like, and Breckenridge got a timeout call. Sydney Roberts showing the toughness, being able to come out of the pile with it. Looked like a pile you see at a football game when there's a fumble. So 30-second timeout taken by Breckenridge. We'll take a quick timeout with them. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. Breckenridge leads 27-20. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball.
Hi, this is Wade from Breckenridge Cenex. Now is a great time to start thinking about protecting your recreational vehicles and equipment. Stock up on Splash RV Antifreeze at any one of our 4 locations, and we would like to thank you for your continued patronage.
Farmers Union Oil. Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley.
And welcome back to Breckenridge, Minnesota, as the Cowgirls lead 27-20 in their season opener against Morse area. Abby Johnson still looking for her first points of the night. Gets it inbounded to Sydney Roberts. Roberts throws it down the court. Nice pass over to the left wing to Johnson from Twidwell. Sydney Roberts could have put up a deep three, and that one off the mark. Rebounded by Knobloch. And Morris looking to push the tempo. They get it up to Grove. Grove goes inside, draws the foul. Breckenridge trying to wall her off. Coach Imdick wanting his players to step in and take a charge in that situation. I mean, they've got 2 charges drawn on them, so time to repay the favor, he's saying. First free throw off the mark. Maddie Grove so far 2 for 2 at the charity stripe. Just got 8 points total. They started off this half by missing all 3 of their free throws. And Grove breaks the streak. The free throw make. She's up to 9 points. Looking to be the first girl to hit double figures in this ball game. Parker Yagi also close with 9, but she's on the bench currently. And Roberts picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Bernades. Gets it to Sorol. Now over to Roberts. A ways behind the three-point line. Ill-advised pass into traffic and stolen away by the Tigers. Swung out to the right corner, and Hodaby tried to pass it to her teammate who had her back turned to her. That was a disaster avoided, and floater is off the mark, rebounded by Bernades. And if Grove can't get going, I don't know if anyone will for the Tigers. Bernades with the ball. Dribbles inside, draws some pressure, kicks it off to Roberts. Her three-pointer is off the mark and rebounded by the Tigers. Bernades going to guard Marty up the court. Brianna Marty picks up her dribble, gets it over to Hodaby. Hodaby gets a ball screen. Swung around the perimeter. Grove with on the left wing. Sydney Roberts, very active hands. Coach has got to be happy with that. Knobloch has it on the right wing. They're trying to bring Twidwell out on the perimeter. She collapses back in on the dribble drive. Grove was looking to go baseline, has a very nice spin move. Picks up her dribble, and they're going to call a travel. Heck of a defensive effort there from Sydney Roberts. I know Coach Imdick is not a big proponent of making his team watch film, but he's going to definitely pull that clip up when he's at home and say, oh, that's what we'd like to see defensively. And probably let Roberts know about it in practice. Checking in for her first action, Hannah Schutz. Schutz is a sophomore wing, as the layup by Sorol is off the mark. Sophomore wing for Morris, I should say. Breckenridge still been rolling with the same 8 girls so far in this ball game. And bringing up the ball is Marty. Marty swings it over to the top of the key. Now over to Fair. And Grove with a very nice cut to set herself up for the 2 points. Grove's got 5 of her 11 here in the second half. She's the only Tiger to score here in the second half as Addie Twidwell Goes in between a pair of defenders and draws the foul. Looks like the foul is going to be on, actually number 50, Maddie Fair. Thought it was going to be on Hardstad, but shows what I know. 27-23, Breckenridge in the lead on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Both teams have scored 5 points so far here. Oh, my apologies. Actually, yeah, that adds up all right. 28-23 now after that free throw rattled in by Addie Twidwell. My apologies. Just like to double check my score as we go, as that is another 1-for-2 trip, second one of the night for Twidwell. Breckenridge leads by 5. Twidwell, being a wall down low, forces the tough shot. Addie Twidwell is like Rudy Gobert, except she didn't sabotage a franchise. I'm just kidding. That wasn't his fault. We gave up so much for him. Ugh. Can you tell I'm still mad at the Timberwolves? Alrighty. Got that out of my system. Sydney Roberts bringing the ball up. And dishes it over to Johnson. Johnson adjusting to a new role in this offense. She was the point guard the last couple years. Now playing a power forward, but trying to be kind of a point forward. As she is still definitely in her pass-first mentality, and that is stolen away. Where you got to be using the ball fakes as they try to get the transition layup. Marty misses it, but Grove is on the spot, carrying this squad offensively. Cuts the lead to 3, 28-25, with 10:30 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Bernades. Wraparound pass over to Grace Nicholson. Nicholson over to Roberts. Over to Nicholson. Breckenridge taking their time, looking for a good look. Skip pass over to the left side to Roberts. Roberts dribbles into the paint, picks up her dribble, defense collapses. Great ball movement to set up Jonica Bernades, but the shot is off the mark. And loose ball gets batted around, and Grove, who else, is going to haul it in for the Tigers and get to the rack. And a nice jump stop, and the turnaround shot is off the mark. Fair pulls in the rebound. Loose ball. Pair of girls get on the floor for it. Somehow ends up in the hands of Marty, who misses the three-pointer, and rebounded by the Cowgirls. They'll get out and push the tempo. Pull up three-pointer by Abby Johnson off the mark. She tries to get the rebound, ends up having it sail out of bounds. Showing off that vertical on why she's prospect for the NDSCS volleyball team, where she'll be playing next year. As we got a timeout taken by the Tigers. Take a quick one with them. This timeout brought to you by Heitkamp Construction. Your score, Breckenridge 28, Morris 25. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM.
Ever buy something and open the box to find 1,000 pieces ready to assemble? Time-consuming and frustrating. That's why Bear Build Woodworks and Builders First Source offer gorgeous, hassle-free finishes for their doors and millwork. No mess and not stress. With over 30 stain options and 40 paint colors, Bear Build Woodworks pre-finish is the perfect choice for quality that stands the test of time. Get it finished with Bear Built Woodworks and Builders First Source in Wapaton.
Big jobs, small jobs, and everything in between. Heitkamp Construction has served commercial and industrial clients in the Southern Valley and beyond since 1982. They are your fully licensed construction company, providing earthwork, paving, structural steel, and more. Need a new concrete parking lot or roofing? How about a new metal building for your farm or business? Call Heitkamp Construction in Wapaton today at 642-5948 for superior construction service you can trust. Call 642-5948.
And welcome back to Breckenridge High School. 28-25, Breckenridge is in the lead against Morris area. Tigers with the ball. Swinging over to the right side to Schutz. Schutz with Grace Nicholson trying to get the hand in the cookie jar. But it gets swung out on the perimeter. They're looking to go to Grove in the post. And Grove with the turnaround left-handed shot off the mark. Gets her and ends up getting the next rebound and laid it in for the N1. This N1 brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents in Wapton and Breckenridge. Maddie Grove having a heck of a second half. She's got 15 points, 9 of them coming here in the second half alone. but more importantly, could tie this ball game at the free throw line right here. Excuse me. 28-27. And now it remains 28-27 off the free throw miss. Sydney Roberts hauls in the board and ends up getting wrapped up for a foul. And that was on Brianna Marty, who missed a bulk of the first half due to foul trouble. Only her third, though. So Johnson gets it into Bernades. Bernades bringing the ball up. Marty defending. Bernades dishes it off to the left wing to Sydney Roberts. Roberts over to Grace Nicholson. Back to Roberts. They're looking for Twidwell on the high post. They go to her with a bounce pass. Twidwell out to Bernades inside out. Now skip pass to Nicholson. Dishes it off to Abby Johnson for a corner shot. Off the mark, though. And a terrible bounce for the Cowgirls, because 9 times out of 10 it goes to the Breckenridge player who was standing there on the block, and now we got an over and back. Player kind of dragged the foot there. Brianna Marty. You don't see that very often. And they go over to Twidwell on the left side in the post. One-on-one matchup. Shot is off the mark. Rebounded and put in. Not a bad time to get your first bucket, Abby Johnson. 30-27 is the Breckenridge lead. 8:25 remaining in this ball game. Over to Fair on the right wing. Twidwell guarding her. Twidwell pokes it loose, but it is tracked down by Kenzie Kahns. Kahns throws the baseline floater up, off the mark. Tipped by Breckenridge, but back out to a Morris player. That's Marty with the ball. Jonica Bernades guarding. Bernades, but I got away with a little hand check there. They go inside to Grove. Coach Emdek calling for a double team, and nobody comes. 2 more points for Grove. Maddie Grove having an outstanding start to her senior campaign. She's got 17 and has scored all the points here in the second half for Morris. All 11 of them. Nicholson ends up throwing it right to the defender. Nobody came to help her out. Shot was blocked by Roberts. Out of bounds on Breckenridge. And I could be wrong, but I thought Nicholson still had the dribble there. I could be wrong. She might have dribbled it when I was looking down to check the stats. But I thought she still had it if she could dribble it inside as Sydney Roberts comes out of the game. Parker Yagi back in. And Twidwell might have got a piece of that. Both the ball and an arm, but no call. Out of bounds. If that was a block, I got her for 4 on the night. And Morris gets it in. Marty has it. Goes inside, and the shot is off the mark, but it will be 2 free throws. As Addie Twidwell got tagged with a foul there. Heading to the free throw line is Kaylee Harstad. She's got 2 points so far. Her first trip to the free throw line on the night. On the court for the Cowgirls. Parker Yagi, Abby Johnson, Jonica Bernades, Grace Nicholson, and Addie Twidwell. Only Twidwell's second foul. As Harstad is the first Morris player to get in the scoring column here in the second half, with the exception of Maddie Grove. Ties it up at 30-30. 7:22 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. For the lead, Harstad puts it up and off the iron. Rebounded by Grove. Her shot is off the mark, though, and out of bounds off of a, I think it went off a Morris player's behind. $7:19 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Johnson gets it in, but it ends up getting tipped. Almost gets it in, I should say. 7:18 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 30-30 is your score. Breckenridge had a 4-point lead at the half. Johnson going to get some help. Parker Yagi provides it. Kicks it into the corner. Nicholson puts up the 3, sails it. Hauled in by Miranowski. She dishes it off to Abby Johnson, whose 3 rattles out. 30-30. 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. Season opener for both teams. Breckenridge Cowgirls on their home floor looking to avenge last year's season opener loss. Checking in is Maddie Fair. They get it in to Harstad. They swing it around the perimeter. Nicholson gambles a little too hard trying to get the steal. And Bernades comes away with the rebound. Nobody in front of her. She's going to get a wide open layup and drops it in for two. Coach Imdick's going to take a timeout. And we'll take a timeout with him as Breckenridge retakes the lead 32-30 here in the second half. 6:42 remaining. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel.
How much do you really know about insurance? You have to have it, and your family should be covered at all times in case of an accident. What coverage is the best for you? That's where independent insurance agents Tyler Kent and Brad Rivard at Red River Agency Incorporated of Breckenridge can help. They provide all your insurance needs for home, auto, farm, life, commercial, MPCI, and crop hail. It's that easy. Give Tyler Kent or Brad Rivard a call at 643-1623. Red River Agency Incorporated, always by your side.
When you choose a realtor, you want a solid formula to make buying and selling your home as easy as possible. At Miller Realty, the formula is simple: integrity, trust, and most important, experience. Guy, Shelley, Jared, Lisa, and Jamie have put in the years helping people buy and sell their homes. Miller Realty is a trusted legacy business in the Twin Towns. Put their knowledge and experience to work for you. Miller Realty in Breckenridge, a lasting tradition of experience, knowledge, integrity, and trust. Find them online at GuyMillerRealty.com.
Welcome back to Breckenridge High School. As Breckenridge has regained the lead 32-30, they took a timeout real quick after that, brought to you by Highcamp Construction. 6:42 remaining. Breckenridge trying to start off the season on a high note. Swung over to Fair at the right wing. And pass got tipped there by Twidwell, it looked like. And everybody's being very aggressive in the passing lanes. Grove with the ball. Dishes it off to Marty. Over to Harstad with Johnson guarding. Fair on the left wing. Bounce pass over to the elbow area to Cons. Now Grove has it. Grove swings it over the right side. Breckenridge not giving Morris an inch here, as they are being patient though. Looking to set Grove up, I assume. Actually, they're looking to go to Fair inside, and ooh. If that's on Twidwell, I'll be rather surprised. No, they're going to call it on Sorrell. She must have took a hack at the arm when the shot was going up. So 2 free throws coming for Sorrell. I mean for Fair, my apologies. Maddie Fair, second trip to the free throw line, missed her first free throw, and then her second one got waved off because of a lane violation. Fair's next free throw is up and off the back iron. So cuts the lead to 1, but I got the offensive rebound. And now everybody's on the floor, and Breckenridge comes away with it. Abby Johnson with the ball. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Hands it off to Yegi. Yegi to Bernades. And now they go into Johnson, who has her shot blocked. So 32-31 is your score. Breckenridge in the lead. 5:33 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Sorrell inbounding the ball under the hoop. For an open teammate, gets it to Bernades in the corner. Bernades draws the pressure, gets it out to Twidwell. She gets it up to Abby Johnson. Nice swing over to Parker Yagi for an open dribble. Got it! Parker Yagi, first Cowgirl to hit double figures. She's got 12 off a pair of threes. A couple buckets and a couple free throws. Makes it a 2-possession game, 35-31. Shot is off the mark, rebounded by Fair inside. Fair goes up for it and lays it in. Maddie Fair with the clutch bucket. Cuts the lead to 2 with 5 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Now Parker Yagi is going to go to the free throw line. Yagi, the leading scorer for the Cowgirls with 12. Maddie Grove, the leading. Oh, that was a foul on the ground, actually. 4th foul on Harstead. And now they're going to bring us up, or I was kind of confused why she wasn't coming out. Knobloch is in the game. 4:58 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. 35-33, Breckenridge in the lead. They throw it up to Yegi. Yegi feeds it to the high post to Twidwell. She kicks it out to Bernades on the left wing. Bernades with a little step back, decides to kick it over to Johnson. Johnson drives inside with the floater, off the mark, gets her on board, and then takes it back out. Probably a smart decision. Get back into the system. Figure out what they're going to be working with here. Get over to Sorrell on the left side. They feed it the high post to Twidwell. Kicks it out to Yegi. Drives baseline for 2 and 1. Maddie Grove with the foul. So Yegi gets the bucket and 1. This N1 brought to you by State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, your local State Farm agents. In Breckenridge and Wapton, 14 points for Yegi. They try to make it 15 with this free throw attempt. Shot is up and good. Nothing but net. 3 for 3 at the charity stripe today. That Yegi is 38-33 on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grove tries to dish it off, and oh boy, it's getting physical here tonight. Turned over. Bernades throws it down the court. Looked like a fade route. Yegi tracks it down and draws the foul. And that's on Grove again, so that's back-to-back fouls on her, but only her first 2 of the game. Parker Yegi coming alive here. They're having to sit out a bulk of the second half with foul trouble. First free throw is up and good. So she stays perfect at the charity stripe. 15 points for the freshman. Not your typical freshman, though. Not a lot of freshmen in the area who are in year 3 of being on the varsity squad. So 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick timeout with them. This timeout brought to you by High Camp Construction. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM.
Buy your insurance agency on Highway 13 in Wapaton are your local agents with local locations. With skyrocketing building prices, are you properly insured? Buy Your Insurance are licensed insurance advisors serving the Richland, Wilkins, Sargent, Southern Cass, and surrounding counties for 15 plus years. They represent over 15 companies that have been in the insurance industry for over 100 years, serving the area. Our plans are based on yours. Give them a call at 701-642-0955 or stop out. They're located on Highway 13 West in Wapaton. That's Buy Your Insurance Agency.
Welcome back to Breckenridge High School's Parker Yegi coming alive here, putting the team on her back, and drains the free throw. So she's made all 5 of her free throw attempts on the night. Just made 3 in a row here in the last couple minutes of the game. Marty gets it up top to Harstad. Harstad over to the right wing to Fair. Fair over to the left side, ends up kind of going out of bounds, but Johnson might have dove on it to try to get the steal, but ended up tapping it out of bounds. So 40-33 your score on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Grove throws the pass down to the post, ends up sailing out of bounds. 3:57 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard in this ball game. Johnson gets it into Bernades. Bernades swings it in the corner, and pass from block to block. Back out to Bernades on the right side with a beautiful scoop layup on the right side for 2. Jonica Bernades up to 9 points. 6 of them here in the second half, all on 2-point buckets. 3-point by Cons off the mark. Ball's on the floor. Morris comes away with it. They get it out to Marty on the perimeter. And inside shot off the mark. Rebounded by Morris, but then it got tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Breckenridge. So Breckenridge putting together a nice run here. Stretched the lead to 9 points. Biggest lead of the game. This game was at one point tied at 30, a 12-3 run. I can do that math even. Bernades Crosses the timeline, looking to the right side. Taking her sweet time, 3:12 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Gets it over to Roberts. Roberts with a nice pass fake. Gets it into Johnson in the high post. Johnson drives inside. Nice left-handed layup off the mark. Look good. 3 minutes remaining. Breckenridge up by 9 here in their season opener. Marty kicks it out to the left side to Grove. Grove, pull-up jumper on the left side. Off the mark, rebounded by Yagi. Gets it up to Sydney Roberts. Dishes it off to Bernades. Bernades on the left side. Nobody around her. Gets it back to Roberts for an open triple. Off the back iron, but Roberts tracks down her own rebound. Gets it to Yagi. Yagi over to Bernades on the left side. Bernades taking her sweet time with her team up 9 and 2:22 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Nice little hezzy there by Bernades. Goes inside to Twidwell. Kicks it out to Yagi for 3. Got it! Yagi with her 3rd triple of the night. This second half has been all her. She's got 11 points here. Well, this whole run has been all her, I should say. Bernades picks up the foul. Emily Gowing going to check into the game for her first action. Likely to run the point for a little bit for Bernades. She checked in for her. Sorol also back in the game, as is Miranowski. So in the 1-and-1 bonus, Brianna Marty at the charity stripe. She's got 2 points on the night, her first trip to the free throw line. So her team needs some points in a bad way. They're down 12 with 2:03 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. First shot is up, and off the back iron. No good. Gowan bringing the ball up in her first action. Someone who showed a lot of promise on JV last season. Drive inside from Yagi, and a beautiful dish off to Miranowski for her first bucket. Yagi with the nice dish off to her. Increases the lead to 14 with 1:37 remaining, and with how hard it has been to come by points lately, that might do it. So we got a timeout taken by Morris. We'll take a quick timeout with them. This timeout brought to you by Highcamp Construction as Breckenridge is looking to come away with their first win of the season. Your score, 47-33. You're listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM.
At Sanford Health, we're committed to providing you the care you need when you need it, right where you call home. We now offer cosmetic Botox services in Wapton. It's always easy to make an appointment with convenient clinic locations, hours, and online options that fit your schedule. Find out more at sanfordhealth.org or by calling 642-7000. Cosmetic Botox services now available at Sanford Health in Wapton. Call 642-7000.
And welcome back to Breckenridge High School as the Cowgirls really snapped it into gear after letting the game get tied at 30. 47-33 your score. And they're pretty much got this one locked up pending a miracle from Morris. Checking in for her first action. Got my cousin Aaron Blofis in the game. So Blofis and Gowan get a little bit of varsity action here in the closing minutes of the season opener. Actually left them hanging there on the camera a little bit. My apologies. Forget that I'm also the cameraman sometimes. Parker Yagi with the ball. Drives inside. Nice dish off to Miranowski for her second bucket of the night. She gets them right back to back. Both off Yagi dimes. This is a 19-3 run to close this one out so far. 1:14 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard. Baseline drive, Miranowski gets her hand on the pass, and that ball is tipped out of bounds. As Sorol checks back in. She'll get Yagi a breather, and Yagi will get a solid ovation here after a 20-point outing. Game high 20 points. Gonna have to double check that and see what Grove ended up with. I think she had 19. As Morris is bringing in some of their reserves as well. Actually, they still got the starters in there mostly. Grace Nicholson gets the steal. Was going to look to go up for it, but ended up traveling. Kind of had a little too much speed when she went up for that. 1:01 remaining on your Carlson Family Insurance scoreboard, 49-33. Breckenridge avenging last year's season opener. They lost in Morris. Now a double dribble is called on one of the reserves on this squad. It's Hannah Schutz. Blofus will inbound it to Gowan. So these varsity newcomers will get a nice test here as Blofus has the pass almost stolen away. Gowan did a good job saving that. Coach Imdick giving his players some help. Blofus for an open teammate. Gonna have to just toss it into Sorol, who ends up running into Nicholson. Not sure who that was thrown to. Gowan with the ball. Gowan gives it over to Blofus on the left wing. Aaron Blofus swings it over to Grace Nicholson. Nicholson dribbles over to near the top of the key. Hands it off to Sorol. Sorol drives inside, puts up the layup off the mark. Rebounded by Morris. Harstad gets the rebound. 15 seconds remaining. Their last chance to get any points on the board. And 10 seconds remaining. They go inside. And a layup there in the closing seconds. 3 seconds remaining. Gowan just got to dribble this one out, and she does. 49-35, your final. As Breckenridge ended that game with a 19-3 run. To close that one out for the 49-35 victory. Breckenridge Cowgirls move to 1-0 in the New Look Cowgirls squad here in the 2022-23 season. Take a quick break, run through some of the scoring when we come back. Figure out how they got to that score with the big run there at the end. You've been listening to Cowgirl Basketball on B92.7 FM and watching on KBMW News Live, our YouTube channel.
Hello, my name is Jason Butts, proud parent of two little Breckenridge Cowboys. My family loves Breckenridge and feel lucky to have such great schools. Breckenridge schools excel due to their dedicated faculty and staff. They truly care for each individual student. They encourage and foster an atmosphere that creates self-pride and big brains in these kids that will lead the next generation. They make school cool. A good school is cornerstone to a good community, and we are so lucky to have that here in Breckenridge. Breck schools inspire my boys to excel, and for that, I have Breckenridge pride. Play the jingle.
It's time to huddle up when you're hungry. The perfect pre- or post-game destination is the Wilkin. Hey, friends, families, and sports fans have been showing up at the Wilkin for decades to celebrate their favorite teams. Celebrate with delicious food and their favorite beverage. Best place around to watch the Bison, too. So for all of you local sports fans and fans of good flavor, head to the Wilkin and celebrate the Cowboys, Cowgirls, Huskies, and Wildcats. The legendary Wilkin, a tradition of good taste and company since 1894.
Minn Kota Ag Products proudly supports the communities we serve by sponsoring the broadcast of this high school sporting event. When a team takes the field, there is nothing like experience you can count on to produce a winning season. Minn Kota has that experienced team, supported by the latest technology, products, equipment, and information to deliver a winning game plan for your farm. Contact our locations in Breckenridge, Kent, Barney, Windmere, Wahpeton, or Colfax. Let our team lead you to a successful farming season.
Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm Breckenridge.
And this is Matt from State Farm Wahpeton.
We're your local hometown insurance team.
And just like with your local sports team, having the right coverage is important. We're here to make sure you have the right coverage in place to protect what is most important to you.
We offer complimentary quotes for home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance.
And just like with your local sports teams, we're here and local and ready to answer all of your questions.
No more dialing 800 numbers or waiting on hold to talk to someone.
State Farm of Wahpeton and Breckenridge.
Your local insurance team.
When Mom first started showing signs of memory loss, we were devastated. It was so frustrating, so many choices for assisted living. Then my sister and I walked into Twin Town Villa in Breckenridge. We knew that this was the perfect place for our mother. We loved the bright, beautiful apartments, and knew Mom would too. I was so impressed with the interaction between the residents and the staff. Twin Town Villa is a quality memory care community that's close to home and currently has openings. Call Twin Town Villa at 643-9542 or visit them online at twintownvilla.com.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
That's Carlson Family Insurance in Wapaton, representing Auto Owners Insurance. Visit Carlson Family Insurance Agency in Wapaton today. Call 672-6002 or on the web at www.cfiagency.com.
Well, the Breckenridge Cowgirls turned it on late in the game to pull away for the 49-35 victory. Closed out the game with a 19-3 run. Not too shabby, and that's what Coach Imdick's going to want to be seeing from his squad to close out games here in this ball game. And run through the scoring here for you. Maddie Grove leading the way, the lone senior on this Morris squad with 17 points, coming through for 11 of them in the second half. And then next up was Maddie Fair with 7 points, and 5 of those coming in the second half. She was the only other Tiger player to have multiple field goals. The rest of them had 1 or fewer. Mackenzie Kahns had a 3-pointer in the first half for all of her points. Kaylee Harstad had 3 points, 2 points from Brianna Marty, 2 points from Lily Knobloch, and then 1 point from Lauren Hodevy to get their 35 on the night. And how'd Breckenridge get 49 of theirs? Well, a lot of them came on that, that 19-3 run to close it out, and leading the way on that run, getting most of the points on it, was Parker Yagi. She ended the night with 20 points, scoring or assisting on them. She also had a pair of dimes during that the end part of that run. So 20 points for her. Following is 9 points from Jonica Bernades. So the freshman tandem come away with over half the team's points, 29 of their 49 points. Then 8 points from Addie Twidwell, and 6 of those coming in the first half. By the way, Bernades had 6 of her points in the second half, and Parker Yagi had a 9-point half and then an 11-point half. 4 points each from Kelsey Sorol and Grace Miranowski. She was the one cashing in on a pair of those assists at the end of the game. Then Grace Nicholson and Abby Johnson each had 2 points. So 7 Cowgirls getting in the scoring column here in this 49-35 victory. And we'll take another quick break here on the Miller Realty post-game show before we come back with your play of the game, which is brought to you by Red River Agency, and your player of the game, which is brought to you by Essentia Health. But once again, you're listening to the Miller Realty post-game show after a 49-35 Breckenridge Cowgirls win over the Morris area Tigers.
Low, 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 low prices. If other car dealerships really meant it, they'd only have to say it once. We have a low price, the best price listed on the windshield and online. You'll get the car you want and a customer experience you'll actually enjoy. All at a price that will make you smile. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the quality difference. Quality Toyota, West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
Sometimes illnesses or injuries may leave you needing extra help to restore your strength, balance, and range of motion. CHI St. Francis Health are open and ready to provide you the tools for success, including individualized exercise plans and state-of-the-art therapy facility. You'll be confident in the care and treatment you'll receive at CHI St. Francis Health, and they are located right here in your backyard. CHI St. Francis Health. We're here when you need a little reassurance.
We treat you like family. You're one of our own.
Welcome back to the Miller Realty post-game show as the Breckenridge Cowgirls start the season off with a dub. 49-35, the final score once again. Time for your play of the game and your player of the game. Play of the game, this is always tricky in basketball, because half the time I end up going with like a series of plays, like not just one specific one, which I'm going to do that right now. That 19-3 run to close it out, which was sparked by, Parker Yagi coming in back into the game after missing some time with foul trouble and spearheading that run. So that's going to be my play of the game. She had an N1 that was a highlight of it. Jonica Bernardes, getting in on the fun too. Just a lot of great plays were made in that, which is why it's collectively my play of the game, all that crazy stuff that went down all at once, brought to you by Red River Agency in Breckenridge. Now for the one that everybody loves here in the post game, the Essentia Health Player of the Game, here with you. And this one's kind of a given too. I know I've given it to her in the past before, but we're getting this one out of the way to start off the year, even though she's going to be deserving a lot more nights. It's going to be Parker Yagi coming through for her squad, helping them out to the 4-point lead in the opening half with 9 points. And then, really turning it on to help spearhead that run, as I said before, with 11 points in the second half. So a 20-point outing, a game-high 20 points for Parker Yagi, and a fantastic start to her freshman campaign. Can't wait to see what she does the rest of the season. So that's my player of the game, brought to you by Essentia Health. Parker Yagi here with you. And that'll do it for this first Miller Realty postgame show of the basketball season. Thank you all so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on B92.7 FM or you're watching on KBMW News Live or YouTube channel. Both decent options. I'm involved in both of them, so I'm not going to say it's a good option to do that, but I'm just kidding, of course. Always fun to tune in and support the local athletics. Continue to do so. We're going to have Wapton basketball firing up in just a bit here. And we got the Breckenridge Cowboys season opener on Friday. So let's have some fun this winter. And one final time, your final score, 49-35 Breckenridge, starting their season off with a win against Morris area. Have a great night, everybody.
Tonight's Breckenridge basketball game was brought to you by Breckenridge Public Schools, State Farm agents Matt and Amanda Frederick, Red River Agency, The Wilkin Drink and Eatery, Minn Kota Ag Products, Heitkamp Construction, Carlson Family Insurance, Miller Realty, Farmers Union Oil of Southern Valley, Twin Town Villa, CHI St. Francis, Quality Toyota, Builders First Source, Otter Tail Power Company, Essentia Health, Hornstein Family Chiropractic, and Buyer Insurance Agency. Be sure to go to kbmwnews.com for a complete updated list of future broadcasts and video streams. Thanks for listening.